edition. I'm going to have you just take the wheel and drive. And
It's a minute to win it.
It's a minute to win it. That's right.
That's right. Hey, guys, it's New Comic Book Day. I got to visit my number one homie, Johnny Runyon. Right today at Rainbow Comics. It was pretty dope. Again, this is the second time, so now it's just like I got to just start getting used to it. You know, when I go to Rainbow, I just get to chill with my homie, John. It was cool, though. You know, I got some good comics, but John even said when he was checking me out, you know, it's a little different because it's kind of like a big spoiler for a comic book look because now John knows everything that I buy. But don't worry, he has a short-term memory, and he's selling a lot of books throughout the day, so I'm sure he's not paying too much attention most often.
Way to call me out. That's fantastic. It's true.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. And as you guys can see here, I'm not at home. I'm, doing stuff. I'm out and about. I'm coming at you from wherever I'm at. That's how I roll, dude. A comic book look style, man. You know, just in it. I'm in it to win it, and this is the minute to win it. So I think we have done that. Thanks, guys, for tuning in, though. We're really excited to talk about the comic books that came out today. And John, I'm sure we'll give you this great opener here. Right, Johnny?
Yes. Well, everybody, the best drum roll I can muster on this poor glass desk. It just takes a beating. You know what else takes a beating? The glass, the display case tops at the shop. Holy smokes. Those things have seen some mileage. But without further ado, hey, everybody, it's a comic book look. Proudly sponsored by Rainbow Comics. It's your boy, John on Demand, a.k.a. Looking So Doctor Who. And who am I? I'm John on Demand. I just said that. @ John on Demand on the Twitters. And, of course, you guys joined by co-CEO Tom Devine. There can only be one. @ Tom Stu Devine on the Twitters as well. We are Comic Book Look collectively, and we are looking forward to talking some books with you this evening. Right out of the gate there, we got a comment already. Sleepy Reader, thank you so much.
Hey, Sleepy, our favorite Portlandite. Good to see you.
Yes, thank you for tuning in. But great day in comics. What a delightfully random day. It really was. Before we jump in here, I just got to say, I posted this on my personal page, but playing the Titanic theme song in the shop was hilarious. Like, we were just like doing kind of musical roulette, and I was like, dude, play the Celine Dion song. And so we did. And like, just people buying comics and looking at gaming supplies and sports cards while Celine Dion is playing. Beautiful. It was so great. And I was just dying laughing inside. It was so wonderful.
Yeah, I would love to hear what those guys were thinking as they're going through those back issues, and then they're like, what is going on here? My heart will go on.
Yeah.
What the heck? No, I love it, dude. You know, everybody's thinking of Leo, Kate. I mean, it's touching. It's a touching song.
It really is. So, yeah. Mike also weighed in on the Rainbow show asking how late Rainbow was open. So he's following up asking how late a comic book look is open. And, Mike, that's the beautiful thing when you're paid that Emma Frost salary. We really set our own hours and just do whatever. So, yeah, we don't really have a close time here.
Yeah, Mike, what the hell?
Around the clock. Yeah.
You think you're so clever, don't you? Asking the same question with a different topic. You know it doesn't relate. Oh, I'm Mike. I'm so clever. I have all the funny jokes. Guess what? That's true. You do. You're really fun.
You do.
And we love
you, sir. And it was good to see you today, Mike. All right. But anyways, you guys, yeah, we got things to talk about. I got a sweet find from a collection I was processing that I'm really excited to brag about tonight, and we'll save that for the end. And I also got myself a little sweet treat, 1 of 3. So more to come on that too.
Well, dope, dude. That's dope. Let's get right into it, man. Let's start cracking off these books. It's New Comic Book Wednesday. We got new comics. Let's talk about them. You mind if I start it out, John?
Do it.
I want to talk about this one right here, Echo Lands. This is a comic. I'm going to read it this way. Nope, tricked you. It's this way. And then as you can see, it's the same size as the comic. So it'll still fit in your board and box. But like if you have, I had them like in a bunch like this, you can't bend it this way then, or you're bending the spine. Yeah. So it's like, even though it's the same one, it's not quite the same. I mean, you can't bend the spine on that. You got to bend it this way. So, I don't know, a little bit annoying, but great to see J.H. Williams, my homie, from who I fell in love with on a lot of different things, but that Batwoman really stands out. To me, the Rucka, he is the best at layouts. So even if you just look at this layout, you can see this woman at the bottom with the symmetrical things on the side. And it just, I turned to the last page. Not exactly the best layouts there, but like that is his thing, right? He does these amazing layouts that pull everything together. So yeah, creator owned. I don't know. Is this going to be like Red Riding Hood? Is it going to be like superhero something? There's a staff. I don't know, but I figured I'll check it out.
Heck yeah, awesome. What kind of bag will you put that comic in? Says Mike.
Yeah, none.
That's true. This is true. This is fact. And then Sleepy Reader super widescreen.
It is.
Yeah. Super HD. All right. Jumping into mine here, we got Batman Detective Comics issue 1042, which really rolls off the tongue. You guys know how I feel about just amazingly long issue numbers because it's all true. The sad part is I haven't even read the last issue, so I will not be jumping into this right away because I am still now 2.5 weeks behind on my reads. And that's all because of Free Comic Book Day's fault, because I've been reading some of those too, so it's been slowing me down a little bit. I am not alone, though. Several customers today told me, yes, we're very much behind on our reading, and I'm like, good for you, man. Me too. So it's an interesting place to be, and I wish I wasn't there, but that's okay.
I feel you, bro. I'm also a little bit behind, but probably only like 1 week,
Yeah.
So not doing too
bad. Good. Yeah. So I might have to just carve out some time and yeah.
And even some of the books that I really, really wanted to read from last week, those are already read too. So it's like there's a hierarchy. There's some books that I'm not going to go behind on. I can tell you, like there's some books that are just like I'm going to read them the same day. That's how it goes.
Heck yeah. All right. What do you got?
Like these ones. Midnight Western Theater. I got 3 and 4. So this is another awesome LCS story. I missed number 3. I was like, oh, I didn't see it come in. I missed it or whatever. I don't know. Maybe it just got sold out, whatever. Message Rainbow. John Nordstrom, my favorite, comic book guy of all time, is like, hey, I'll try to get you number 3. So, sorry, bro. You've only been there for what, a few weeks? Guess what? You haven't made the cut as the best.
Man,
yet. John is still better. And then he hooked me up, and today the number 4 came out, so I knew I was excited to see it. But then I got number 3 and 4. It's the double dose. I will be reading these right away. Do not get behind in this issue because it's the funnest shit ever. I mean, it does have something to do with like vampires and supernatural, but who knows? Who cares? Really what it is it shows like a really terrible person in the Western times, like doing bad things to kids or like raping women or like murdering the worst stuff. And you hate them. And then it spends the rest of the comic just taking those people down, and they get every single thing they have coming to them. And it feels so good when you see someone who you hate so much because of what they did at the beginning of the book get what's coming to them by the end of the 22 pages. God, it's great. I love this book.
Well, speaking of not being maybe up to Nordstrom's caliber, Mike disagrees with a real world example. So Mike sent me a Twitter message asking me if I could save him issue 4 of that exact series. So I am earning my mileage. I will never be a John Nordstrom, but boy, I will try.
God, he's good already, guys. He's coming for the number 1 spot.
Preach. Now, Mike is asking a serious question here. John, are you growing your hair out for a Man-Bat cosplay? No. But that's actually a really good idea.
Exactly. Halloween is right around the corner.
I will consider that. Also, on the Detective Comics front, Better Than Me, I think I'm at least 4 or 5 issues behind. Got to catch up someday soon, Ball. That's fair, Aaron. I have been there myself. It is brutal, but when you get caught up, it's awesome. And Detective is one of those where if you read them back to back, you maximize your story intake. So I should probably start just setting them aside. But.
Yep.
All right. Well, we're going to hop really quick here into the galaxy of Marvel Star Wars. And 2 issues came out that I care about for War of the Bounty Hunters, and that's Darth Vader issue number 15. Ultimately, still kind of a slow series. You guys know if it doesn't have my 2 droids in there, I'm not about it. Same thing with Dr. Aphra. It's fun. It's cool. But is it like revolutionary for me personally? No. There's still a little bit of lore, a little bit of cleverness. So that's the only reason why I'm showing up to the party.
Sure.
But I really just want my BT1 and 000 back. I really do.
I know it's been so long. You've been talking about them. It's like, come on, people, bring it back. I mean, I know you guys the creators are watching a comic book look, as every single person in the industry does.
Yeah.
So it's surprising that they haven't brought it back yet. I mean, I apologize for that, John, because they are listening. Yeah. They're just not, being very receptive to our advice.
Yeah. Speaking of being receptive, though, Bill Zanowitz is in the building from Comic Book Bears. Did I miss Detective Talk? Is what he asked. Yes, you did. In that, I'm an issue behind, so I can't really speak too much on it, just because I don't know what happened in the last issue yet. So that's why. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for tuning in, New 51. Though we always have you.
Yes.
All right. Next up, we got issue 25, and it's an oversized issue. Ice Cream Man. I went with this weird-looking cover. John did say the wraparound cover was looking good, and it was. Not this John Nordstrom. But I'm excited. I mean, there was a direct reference in the last this bright-colored horror is right up my alley. So excited to see what this is about.
Heck yeah. Well, up next, you guys, all aboard that X-Men train with Marvel Comics. Cable Reloaded. And it's not the Kid Cable anymore. We got Rob Liefeld pouches, shoulder pads, and lions, tigers, and bears on that outfit.
Heck yeah!
Lots of accessorizing here, and I'm here for it. He is looking like he's ready to go shopping at Macy's. But on a serious front, you guys, Cable Reloaded. I have no idea what we're getting into. But if it's just part of the X-Men train, I'm here for it. I'm gonna try it out and see how it goes.
So that's a new number one, John?
That's a new number one.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's complicated.
I just remember not too long ago you being like, "Oh, I'm picking up Cable," so that series must have ended. And now gotcha.
Yeah, and so I'm just kind of like, why? If Cable's coming right back, I don't know. But got a couple of comments in here. Sleepy Reader, Ice Cream Man, yay! I was afraid it was a final issue, but I guess not.
Oh, God, at least I didn't know that. If it is, no way. I don't think it could be because these guys are riding so high. They're having so much success on this. This W. Maxwell Prince, he's so good. He's on fire right now. So, but maybe you're right, Sleepy. I don't know. I haven't read it yet. So
also, fun fact, the little comment thing on my side totally froze. So I cannot unhide this.
Dude,
essentially. For the rest of the episode. You broke our podcast, Sleepy.
You are the man, Sleepy. We definitely are.
Wait. If I hover over it just for, oh my God.
Oh, dang, dude. I wanted that
one.
Ice Cream Man shout out the rest of the time.
That's fantastic. Yeah, that was really odd. I've never had that happen before. Same boat because of DCBS in regards to Detective.
So really acting weird. I can only see same boat because of it.
Yeah, it cuts off, which is really weird. That's annoying. Anyways,
yeah, who cares?
Yeah,
but I mean, I do care about what you're saying, Bill and Sleepy. It's great I love your comments. Just our dumb reader.
Yeah. Is it my turn or yours?
Oh, is it my turn?
I think it's your turn.
I'll do Count Draco Knucklebuster as a VHS thing. Looks like an old, pulpy whatever. Who knows what? It's a Scout Comics, As you guys know, I check out a lot of these Scout comics, and are they all good? No, not even fucking close. Most of them are terrible. But every once in a while, you get boom, Scout Comics, Western Midnight Theater, or Midnight Western Theater is Scout Comics. It's one of the best goddamn books out right now. So yeah. This was still good. I thought it looked cool. I love the old retro VHS cover shit. Scout Comics, you're taking my money, so I'm going to check it out. I'll get back to you guys to tell you if it's good or not.
Tom Devine money. That's right. Up next, you guys, on the X-Men train as well, Wolverine issue 15 with that adamantium spine. Look at that.
Nice.
Wolverine's been a real strong offering ultimately in this one, and so I'm personally really excited for this issue. It's been a absolutely wild ride, and sometimes it's easy to get lost with Wolverine because he's in all the books basically in some form or another. You could be reading Cable Reloaded and he's going to be in the background drinking a beer, and then in this one he's like fighting for his life, so it's really weird. But It really is. It has been a very strong offering and probably one of my favorites, surprisingly. And I didn't read a lot of Wolverine growing up or anything like solo titles or anything. I didn't really start reading Wolverine solo titles until Dark Reign. So, which is a great jumping on point for everybody. So, yeah. Oh, Sleepy, good question. I don't even know if I can get this to appear now. That's really special. But he had a really good question. Sleepy writes, do you have to order special? Do you have to special order Scout? I rarely run across them.
I do not, Sleepy. That is a great question. I'll tell you what, my LCS, I know you get to go to Floating World, so you have one of the best as well. But my LCS is super dope, and they even will get pretty small runs, or they will get a few copies of even like the most obscure, stuff. If it's going through Diamond, they'll usually grab a couple of them, and so there's a couple weirdos like me in town, and we'll usually scoop them up. So because they know that they'll probably sell a couple of these weird titles, they usually get them in. So big shout out to Dave and Rainbow and my boy John and my other boy sitting next to me, Johnny, for holding it down and getting those Scout comics in. And big thanks, because you don't see them. And I've been to a bunch of other LCSs, and you just don't see them. So yeah, big shout out for getting those Behemoth, those Scout comics, these weird Aftershock, weird issues that are different sizes and stuff. I'm for it all. So Thank you, Rainbow.
Yep. Heck yeah. All right, I think you are up next, my friend.
All right, I'm gonna go with That Texas Blood. I'm loving this. Is such a good book. This is a Wednesday Comics podcast. They kind of picked it as their book of the year last year, the first arc. I got on board late, and now I'm so excited. I picked up like third and fourth prints of like the first few issues, and now I'm in. I'm getting it. We're getting a throwback story that's taking our main person we really love. We love this old sheriff who does things the right way, and we're getting in. He's in a sleepy town, and then all of a sudden some crazy stuff happens. Well, now he's telling a story that take place about 40 years ago about kind of like maybe there is something weird about this location that we're at in Texas. Maybe there's some dark things do happen here, and he's retelling this story that's happening 40 years ago. It's so good, playing back and forth between what's happening now and what's happening then, and continuing to build this world. And it's all about like this kind of mysterious cult, and I don't know. I love all the gritty, beautiful art, cool, like noir mystery. Storytelling, and then it all coming together with a cool cult plot. So loving it. That's Blood.
John Nordstrom weighing in. Love the small press. It's how Usagi started. So
exactly, there's my man right there, John. So that's who we've been gushing about all episode. But yeah, so John gets us all those new small press in. So big thanks, John.
Well, speaking of small press, you guys, I'm also being adventurous here. Extreme Carnage, part 6 of 8 from Marvel with Riot. I really, really wanted that. I really wanted that Scotty Young where Spider-Man's like, "Hey, Venom," and he's like, "I'm not Venom," because it's so funny. It's so true, right? They're blatant spinoffs. It's so bad. But I had to get with this cover because I've been getting mainly that cover style from the other symbiote, so I'm trying to be a little.
Got to stick together.
Yep, birds of a feather. Symbiotes of a feather, whatever.
Exactly. John is so into continuity. Even his comic book covers are in continuity with each other, guys.
Most of the time.
That's just how it goes, man. I love it.
Most of the time, it's complicated. Bill Zanowitz, New 51, weighing in. A friend of mine swears by that Texas Blood. We'll eventually check it out.
Yeah, so good, Bill. You're gonna love it when you eventually get it on Hoopla or get it in the trades later. Yeah. Wait till there's a big thick omnibus or something. You're gonna absolutely love it. It'll read even better.
Well, I was gonna say too, Bill, when you eventually come to Sioux Falls to visit us, just pick up your copies at Rainbow. We got you.
There it is. There
we go. Hate to spoil that one, but there you go. That's what's happening. Okay.
All right, we got Chew. Number 7, continuing on the old Chew, we got Tony Chew's sister, and she's a criminal. She's with this slime ball. You like the whole time, all you want her to do is you want bad things to happen to this guy right here in the green shirt. God, it's like, dude, she can do so much better than this loser. But yeah, man, I'm loving this. Layman at his best. When Layman writes Chew, I feel like he finds his kind of like his true niche, and I'm so excited to see that he's continuing this world in this series with this new Chew book.
Fantastic. All right, you guys. I'm so freaking excited about this. I was gushing about it on the Rainbow Show, but you know I love my superhero teams from all over the globe in the MCU. Winter Guard is in the building. So we got Red Guardian, we got Yelena on the cover, it looks like. We got Dark Star, we got Crimson Dynamo, but we don't have my boy Ursa Major. All right. The guy that turns into a burr is not on that cover because that little werewolf situation or whatever that is not a bear. So that's not him. So I'm really hoping that is not the case, but I suspect that maybe he's just not there. Either way, I'm freaking excited to see this offering. I don't like looking the previews too often or anything. So this was honestly a surprise for me, and I'm here for it.
So is it just an Alpha Flight book just called Winter Guard? I mean, what's the deal?
Oh no, these are the Soviet superheroes.
Oh, that's what it is. Soviet.
Yeah. So
yeah,
it's like,
okay. This is off of like the Black Widow stuff, and
yeah,
okay.
So I'm pretty excited though to see if it's good or not. We'll find out
For sure.
Yeah.
All right, I got Department of Truth. I'm actually 3 issues behind on this. We were talking about how some of them get to the back burner. It just is. I do like it, so I just need to get back into it. And now I think this will be 4 issues I got to catch up on. So, Oops, nominated for best new series. You'd think I could freaking keep reading it, but I have been having problems. I'm going to get back into it.
No worries at all. From the mystical side of the MCU, we got Strange Academy.
Nice.
Yes. Issue number 12. Still loving this series, you guys. It's fun to see those young characters shine, and who knows where this is going to take us in the books in the future. But I've been enjoying this series because it's so quirky and weird. And if I was a comic book, it'd probably be something like this. So I'm all about it. Yeah.
All right. Next up, Alien, number 6 or 7. 6. I'm still going along with this. Look, man, it's just I like Alien. I like Aliens. This takes place in between basically 2 and 3. In between there, yeah, it's great.
Heck yeah. My final new book is Marvel Voices Identity number 1, and so I love these compilations so much, and they have been so fun to read throughout this year and previous years too. But love. So if you guys haven't checked any of these out, get into them. They are so cool, and it's just so fun to see the different creative teams, the stories, even the letters. I read these from start to finish because there's just a lot of good stuff in there. So definitely just uplifting. It was the perfect thing during the pandemic for me to just get to check out and be like, oh, different things in the world. It's all good, and I love it. So
definitely, man.
Yeah.
Definitely. I got Mom. Number 2.
How is that?
This is the girl. So Khaleesi, the girl who was in Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
She is writing her own comic book, and it's very like girl powered, girl centric. It was the first. I like it. It's in prestigious format. It's still only like $4.99, I think. Yeah, so it's like the same price as the Marvel books, normal books, but I get prestige format. But yeah, like it's kind of like this, superhero where it's all about her emotions and harnessing her emotions, and how she's feeling is how different powers come out. And so it's kind of like this big feminist thing of like a lot of throughout history misogyny has made it be like so like a feeling and expressing your emotions and having these emotions and being okay with your emotions changing and really trying to look at your emotions and what is it saying about the situation and you, and how does that change things. And that's been really pushed down a lot in storytelling through dudes saying let's be tough, we got to get through this, buck up, no crying. And I feel like this is putting that all on its head and saying like, hey, all of these things are okay, so much so that it goes even the opposite direction. But like, it's actually really good. It's something that we should be doing. It's something that everybody should be doing. That's kind of the overall message. But then they're talking about superheroes and different stuff like that. So I'm actually on board. I didn't think the first issue was like the best ever, but for a first time out, I like it. And I love like these gimmicky, Hollywood actors writing comics and getting into comics. I mean, I'm reading this. I'm reading Berserker with Keanu. That's how I roll.
That's awesome. Well, my last few here are not new. So do you have any other new?
Yeah. I'll go with I'll just do a 3-banger here. Another Scout comic. We got Action Tank. This is actually Scoot comic. So I think that's more like their young readers. But yeah, I'm going to give it a shot. We'll see how this goes. And then I had The Old Guard, Tales Through Time. So this is the anthology. I've been loving this. This is one of those ones that I don't. This one doesn't. This one won't be unread by next Wednesday. I assure you that. And then Made in Korea. This is like this new book or this new company, Wookgen. They are like on Skynet level, like Umbrella Academy level of evil corporations through our storytellings. And they have this kid, this fake kid that they put a real AI into and then sent off. And then he's, like, even though it's a robot, it's like has real emotions. And then it's like they're going to try to take it away from the family that's raised it. And it is so good. Everything is bubbling right underneath the surface for how terrible this corporation is and how terrible society is. And I love this book so much. One of the best books on the stands right now.
Awesome.
Made in Korea.
Bill weighing in here for Yay Action Tank. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Boop. All right. Well, my next book or 2 or 3, these are not new at all. First, you guys, we process a lot of collections and stuff at the shop, and so I scored a blank Star Wars cover because I love me some blank variants. So I was really excited about that. But this next one, Tom, is the most important Marvel book you'll ever get your hands on. Any guesses?
The most important Marvel book. I can always guess wrong. So let's see. Most important Marvel book of all time. I'm going to say Amazing Fantasy 15, first appearance of Spider-Man.
Close, but not. No, just fine. I was processing the collection and I just came across this and I was like, no way. All right, so this is amazing, you guys. Bill, NFL Super Pro is what.
Yes, Bill. Yes.
All right, Bill. This is the Marvel team of Aunt May and Franklin Richards versus Galactus.
Oh my God, I love that so
Isn't that
much.
legit? It was
Dude,
so great.
What is that? Oh, I
was
love
so
it.
excited. So I was like, John, how much is this? So we got a price on it, and he was like, have fun. I'm like, you have no idea how happy I am. Oh my gosh. But
Hilarious.
The final thing, and this is all Amazon's fault now, but the final thing I treated myself to is Compendium 1 of 3. So
Awesome, dude.
I have all 3. So I purchased one tonight. I will say that I am definitely here for Omni-Man. For reasons. But great story. Overall, great series. I have not read any of this, you guys, any of it, and I love.
But you watched the show, right?
Yeah,
gotcha. That's you loved the show. That's where you got the characters. That's why you're like, you have to pick it up.
Oh my God! So I am so freaking stoked. So I was gonna get all 3, and then my coworkers are like, "Why don't you just space it out? It's not like you're gonna get through that anytime soon, anyway." I was like, "That's completely fair." So yeah, so that made me happy. Oh yeah, no, and we got some comments coming in here. Steve is saying that 400-pound compendium.
Yeah,
is what that says.
Those Kirkman compendiums, man, they're huge. But I love it so much comics for so cheap.
The Sweet Tooth one was so great. Oh yeah. Aaron, that Marvel team up issue is amazing. Yes, I'm so excited, man. Sleepy Reader says epic find. Yes. Oh gosh. Yeah, Bill's guest with NFL Super Pro. Bill, you know me so well. Of course, I would read that.
Oh, that's good, man.
Oh, goodness gracious. But yeah, I am looking forward to it. Steven says, Invincible is so good. Agreed. Again, I'm here for Omni-Man and friends, but it's okay. Ken and I had to talk about this.
Of course you are.
But that's it. That's all I got, man.
That's all I got too, John. It's good hanging with you, man. I gotta actually go back to work, so it's gonna be a lame night. So, but it's great to even take a little break, catch some comics, talk some comics with you, man. I love it, bro.
It's good to see you today. It's so awesome to get to see everybody at the shop every week, and but we're going to go ahead and shut it down, you guys. So again, we are a comic book look, proudly sponsored by Rainbow Comics. With Rainbow Comics, if you're in the Sioux Falls area, swing by 42nd in Minnesota, say howdy. If you are in the Lincoln, Nebraska area, we have a location there as well with a team to take care of your comic book and sports cards needs. I am @John on Demand on Twitter. We have Tom at Tom Stu Divine on Twitter, and collectively we are @A Comic Book Look. If you are catching us on YouTube or Twitter and you want to join the Facebook group of Comic Book Look to continue that conversation, please do feel free. And thank you guys again so much. You guys know the drill as always.